guys, so today we're switching up the platforms and we're talking about a whole different set of human beings, but they're all kind of interlinked, so that's cool. Before we get into the video, my Instagram, my TikTok, and my puppy's Instagram will all be in description, and subscribe because I post videos every time something happens. Hit that bell, put it on all rather than personalized, and you'll be notified when I post a video so you can get your tea. So let's get into it. I'm gonna recap because a lot has happened since then. I didn't actually cover this, I don't believe, because it was kind of like up in the air, like, oh, is it like actually true? Is it actually going through? And then things just kind of went silent. Like no one really spoke about it. So I was like, oh, like what happened to it? What's going on? And now things are really coming through, and like there is evidence and there are lawsuits and there is like things happening. So I'm like, this is becoming very official and I feel comfortable talking about it. When it comes to like more serious stuff, I don't feel that comfortable talking about it in more detail until it's like more confirmed. So now that it's like a little bit more confirmed and people are starting to like speak out about it, I'm like, oh, okay, I can like mention this in a video. A while back, Tony Lopez, who is a TikToker, he's known for like TikTok dances and just kind of like the typical stuff that you do on TikTok, and he was called out for messaging minors and messaging them in a way that isn't appropriate. And a lot of people just didn't distance themselves from him, and a lot of people were called out for not distancing themselves from him. The main person that was called out was Nikita Dragun. There was an interview that she did, you know, like when they get paparazzi following them around, where they were like, so like you and Tony Lopez, are you guys still best friends? Like right after these allegations dropped. And she was like, yeah, we're like perfect, we're still best friends.
How do you feel about Tony's relationship with SJ Blue?
I feel amazing. I feel like if he's happy, then I'm happy.
You're happy for him?
I'm so happy for him.
Okay, good. Have you had a chance to hang around him together?
I just saw him today.
How's he doing?
He's amazing.
Okay, good. So you're for the relationship?
Yeah, whatever's gonna make him happy.
Okay, that was the question that got sent in a lot, was
really?
Like, ask Nikita how does she feel about Tony's thing. Are you guys still friends though?
We're our bestest of friends.
Okay, so there's no problems there.
Yeah.
There is another TikTok dancer called SJ Blue. I believe that's how you pronounce her surname, but I know her name is basically like Sarah, depending on the accent. So SJ and Tony actually started dating like after these allegations came out. Hear me out, like even if allegations came out about someone and like I wasn't sure if they were true or not, I just would not feel comfortable dating them, because it's like until something's confirmed or denied, I'm like, what, I'm just gonna like fall in love with you to find out that you were messaging minors? And what, you're gonna go to jail and expect me to visit you? Yeah, not happening. And then recently actually the allegations got more serious because there was a lawsuit filed against Tony Lopez and a few other members of the Hype House for basically knowing that these things were happening but not doing anything about it. That's essentially the whole essence of the lawsuit. And then people expected people to distance themselves from Tony yet again, and people didn't. I mean, people didn't really talk to him or hang out with him, but like SJ's still dating him, Nikita's still friends with him, you know, that kind of a thing. So then recently, literally a few days ago, Ondreaz, who is the older brother of Tony, was accused of cheating on Hannah Stocking, who is his girlfriend. He was accused of cheating on her with a 14-year-old. Obviously that's an issue, quite clearly an issue. There is a phone call where he basically admits to cheating on her with a 14-year-old. Like there is an actual phone call of this happening.
She's 14. And you are how old?
23.
Yeah. You know what can happen to you?
I do.
You can end up in jail.
I do realize that.
We need to talk in person. And I'm bringing my daughter with me.
Okay.
And my sister. And we need to figure this out.
Okay. I'm totally okay with that.
When can we meet?
Whenever is possible.
Today.
Okay, that's fine.
Where is a good place?
I mean, how far are you from?
So then Hannah Stocking actually posts like a picture of herself crying on her Instagram stories, and then she actually also posts her covering up a matching tattoo that she got with him immediately. Like that is the reaction I want to see. It's not her fault that she found herself in that situation, because obviously she didn't realize that he was a bad person. But when she did find out, she immediately disconnected herself, distanced herself, and that's kind of what I expected from SJ, and it just didn't happen. She unfollowed him on Instagram. He unfollowed her. I'm assuming they're broken up. So then I actually, talking about follows and unfollows, I went through everyone, like big TikTokers, and saw who was following him and who wasn't. Every single person, like Charli, Dixie, Noah, Addison, Chase, Bryce, a bunch of people basically unfollowed Ondreaz and he unfollowed them. He still follows Noah, which I'm assuming is kind of like a mishap. He's probably gonna unfollow him. But SJ actually follows both of them and they follow her. So like, Whereas the disassociation, Hannah doesn't follow any of them. So what actually sparked this whole thing for me is this weird like support in LA, which is given to all the wrong people. So there's a guy called Harry Jowsey. He's got Jowsey. He's got like 4 million followers on Instagram, and then he's got like a few million on TikTok. He's recently been seen a lot with Tana Mojo. They're like pretending that they're dating or something, or they like each other or something. The moment you're in big association with Tana Mojo, I just have to question your intentions, because she's obviously not the great like moral compass. So we have to question that just a little bit. Even people like James Charles distanced themselves from Tana Mojo like ages ago. So like, you know, you got to question it. And Harry recently, and this is what really annoyed me, DM'd support to Tony Lopez. He said, "Hey, my boy, just checking in. Hope you're okay and sending you good vibes." Sending you good vibes. In the midst of quite serious allegations, I am sending you nothing but good vibes, my boy. So then Tony Lopez didn't enjoy that, and he went on his Instagram stories and he basically posted that screenshot and said, "Boy, if you don't," at Harry Jowsey. Harry then reposts that and says, "Not me trying to be nice and check in on you when you were sad to me. Go back to your 15-year-old DMs. Let's get in the ring." What pisses me off though is Harry, this guy Harry here, don't know who he is, decides to send support behind the scenes. So behind the scenes, he is supporting this guy while publicly admitting that he knows about this 15-year-old stuff, these allegations. So you know that is true. But behind the scenes, you're supporting Tony Lopez because you thought this wouldn't come out publicly. And now you're trying to be the good guy, posting like funny memes about this whole thing, joking around about this whole thing. "Oh, let's have a fight. Let's fight. Let's capitalize on you doing illegal things." This is why people don't come out with these kind of allegations, because then there's people like this privately showing support while publicly either not speaking out or then making jokes about it. Let's fight. Let's do a boxing match. It makes me sick. Honestly, this whole thing makes me sick. At Triller, let's make this happen. Why are we capitalizing on illegal activity? Why are we already planning this out? Who we got? And he's got a poll. He put a poll on this. Am I losing my mind? I feel like I am losing my mind. Just a tiny bit. Quite a lot, honestly. So you know how recently there's been that thing where people find a pen pal in prison because they find them attractive? It's not a good trend. I don't understand having a pen pal who is in jail for like non-violent crime, someone that you can actually learn from, someone who can be like, "Look, I've done this, this and this in life. I suggest you don't do that. Here's why I'm in jail. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about, you know, just because you're in jail. Like, if you didn't do anything violent or anything that affected someone else's life tremendously, I think you should have the chance to talk to people outside of jail, right? Like, you should have the chance. But there's some people who pick the attractive people without reading up on the sentences that they have, and they're talking to violent criminals. Violent. Like, committed violent crimes. Why? What? Because they're attractive. This is the same mentality in the true crime community. I love the true crime community. Let's not make it a shade towards them. But as in, like, when you listen to these murder cases, there's always, with like a big serial killer, there's people trying to like get married to them. They show up to court in their best outfits to try and impress them. There are people making montages of them and like fan cams. Can we not? Anyway, and they all put it to the song of like Britney Spears' Criminal. So anyway, he picks that trend for an actual criminal allegation, and he does like Tony Lopez, right? So there are a few comments back and forth. He says, "Let's box Tony. If you're not in jail by April 17th, let's get in the ring." I got this on TikTok room. Then someone says, "Harry Jowsey just posted a video about you." Tony Lopez says, "Who? Lol." And Harry basically responds to that saying, "Wouldn't expect him to know who I am. I'm over the age of 16. Why are we making jokes about this? When you literally showed him support what happened was you messed up. You showed him support privately because you thought he wouldn't out you. When he outed you, now you're acting like you're the good guy, doing a good deed. Like you're helping someone out. Like you're doing anything good. Anything at all. Anything good. Are you doing anything good? No, you're making jokes about this and trying to capitalize off of this while trying to have a boxing match with him? People make me sick. These people make me sick. So that happened, and that really pissed me off. That was like the catalyst for me filming this video, was this Harry guy. Why are we doing this? Like, you messed up by privately showing support to him. Let's just, when you got outed, let's just leave it at that. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Why would you embarrass yourself more? And people are still eating this up. Then Tony Lopez is getting a bunch of comments. So he's getting stuff like, "Guys, leave him alone. It was a minor mistake." You get it. Minor. And he goes, "Shut up." Then someone says, "How can you still show your face on social media?" And he says, "Because I know the truth." So he's still sticking to the story that this isn't true. The jokes are getting old, but the girl isn't. Oh my god, so funny. If I was 15, would you date me? And he says no. And then someone says, boy, you admitted to it on live. And he says, admitted to what? What are you talking about? The live was talking about old tweets that were misogynistic. So he's claiming that the live he did right after these allegations came out, like bear in mind, like the allegations came out and right after he did the live stream, he's claiming that that weird timing was actually about tweets. So you're telling me in that whole live stream, he didn't say once, yeah, like my old tweets, I was a bit misogynistic, but like, you know, I changed, you know, whatever. No. He didn't mention it at all. So you're telling me you didn't mention the tweets and that live stream was not about your criminal allegations. These are allegations, like they're not proven true yet. But that live stream sure as hell isn't helping you. And your friends unfollowing you sure isn't helping you. And then someone actually said to James Charles, so James Charles said something and someone said, remember when people accused Ondreaz of, and you tweeted calling them clout chasers? It's the victim blaming for me. And he goes, what are you talking about? I would never say that. And people are referring to tweets that came out ages ago where James basically tweeted out something along the lines of like, we should not believe allegations straight away. We should give people the benefit of the doubt because a lot of the times these allegations are lies. And he now claims that that was referring to something to do with Vinny, who's another TikToker, and it wasn't to do with that. But the timing, once again, was just really weird because it was right after these allegations came out. So like, once again, timing needs to be considered by these TikTokers and these YouTubers. Like, please consider timing when like big allegations have come out. Don't make vague tweets because people are going to assume that the vague tweet is about that if it's all happening at the same time. Like, if something is happening, let it simmer for a few days before you make vague tweets. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself in trouble. And then Hollywood Fix obviously follows people around LA and just like films them, and they pulled up to a restaurant and SJ is standing there outside with her friends and talking, and suddenly someone who looks possibly like her security guard or her manager or someone that just like is in charge of her when she's out and about grabs her and they run off into the restaurant and she's running, and the Hollywood Fix guy is like, hey, like what about Tony Lopez? Like what's happening with Tony Lopez? What's happening with Ondreaz? Like that whole situation. She just runs into the restaurant. The hostess, right? Is that what's called? Like the hostess at the front of the restaurant. It's like, oh my god, what's happening, guys? What's happening? What's happening? I'm so confused. Like she didn't know what was happening. And she just runs into the restaurant, she gets checked and she walks right in. She doesn't answer the questions. It was really weird.
Hey,
Hey guys.
what's up? How's it going?
Hi Sterling.
You guys doing all right tonight?
Hi, how are you? Good to see you guys.
Hey Sarah, so what's going on with like the Tony Lopez situation? How do you feel about his whole situation?
What is happening?
Is everything okay with like you and Tony? And what about Andre?
SJ.
Why are you
hiding though? What's happening?
Why are you running?
SJ.
Oh, okay.
What's going on with the Lopez brothers?
Was it set up? Was that like her big, like hinting at a breakup? Like was that her thing? I don't know. It's just really weird, like that running. It was a strange video, honestly. Now, since then, Nikita Dragun has kept the video up, like the Tony Lopez Andreas video up. Now, here's my conspiracy theory on that. Nikita Dragun always banks off of drama. Like, whenever there's drama, she releases something. She'll tweet something stupid and then release, like, lip liners or something. I'm wondering if that video has ads on it. She's not going to remove it now because during this whole thing, people are going to go back to that video to comment, oh my god, why is this video still up? Which gives her views, which means you're probably going to come across, like, 1 or 2 ads, which means it's going to give her money. Am I wrong? Am I not making sense? This isn't even a conspiracy theory. It's straight up just like people are going to go there and comment. And in the meantime, they're going to essentially watch the video indirectly. So why would she delete the video? Which is quite clearly going to make money off of it. I don't know. That's just my theory on that. James Charles has since privated his collab with the Lopez brothers, and there was actually some beef on the timeline. So Def Noodles, who is another drama channel, but he does also like Twitter like updates, kind of like TikTok Room, but for everything internet related on Twitter. He posts like 20,000 times a day. It's actually a great source of information, but him and James have some beef. So James actually blocked him a while back, and since then, I mean, it's been kind of tense. So Def Noodles tweeted out how a video resurfaced of Tony Lopez like kissing James quickly, like a peck or something. In the tweet, he's like, this has resurfaced while Tony and Ondreaz are being accused of messaging minors. James actually responded to it and said that he's basically a pathetic excuse for a drama channel and that he's basically trying to paint him as something that he's not. Now, hear me out. Would I also be angry if someone basically took a video from like pre-allegations and put that video up and was like, oh, this video resurfaced, but isn't this person now being accused of this? Like, clearly James didn't know about these allegations when that video was filmed. So to then bring that up in a tweet with those allegations makes it look like James is okay with these allegations. So I do understand why James is angry. Like, don't get me wrong, being unbiased here on the side, I like Deaf Noodles and I like James. I have nothing against either of them. I do understand why this would piss James off. I really do. Because it would piss me off as well if that was like an old friend of mine that I'm not supporting anymore did something, and then everyone brought up like past videos I filmed with them and was like, oh my god, but didn't like you film with them? Like, yeah, but that was before I knew who they were, and then I distanced myself from them. Could he have phrased that tweet differently? I mean, the tweet is a little aggressive. Like, it's a little bit aggressive. So I think it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Always not what you say, how you say it. Like, I could say, oh, he could have just left it alone, but I feel like maybe James has just had enough. He's also a human being, he's allowed to speak out. I do get that. I just think it's not what you say, it's how you say it. That tweet was pretty aggressive. He's also just publicly not like spoken out against the Lopez brothers. Like, with all of this coming out, he could just put out a tweet saying like, guys, I don't support these guys. Make sure you're staying safe on the internet. Make sure you know who you're following. Just so you know, I don't support them anymore. That could have been good. I mean, yeah, he did unfollow them, but not everyone's going to go in and type and be like, oh, is James following these people? I don't know, I feel like publicly stating like I'm not associated with these guys anymore could be good, to not have these tweets come up about him. I do understand why he's angry, but also not what you say, how you say it. And I think that's it for now. It's tense. It's a lot happening. I don't know how these people get themselves into this much trouble, and I also don't understand how it's constantly like the wrong people blowing up on these platforms. Like, why is it always these weird people? Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, like these kind of people blowing up on YouTube, and then now TikTok came up and it's the Lopez brothers, Zoe Laverne. Like, how are these people, how are the worst kind of people blowing up on these platforms? Is it just because they're super manipulative, so they're good at it, so they end up doing really bad things off the platform, but they manage to manipulate their audience into believing that they're a good person, so they end up following them? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe they're just good manipulators. I don't know. I don't blame people for falling for their tricks and following them. I always just wonder, like, how did these people become famous, and how does the like facade not crack until like big allegations come up? I do hope people publicly like distance themselves from the Lopez brothers. I hope SJ follows in Hannah's footsteps and breaks up with him, publicly like disassociates herself with him. It's just not a good look. And other than that, like I just hope, you know, everyone's okay. I hope everyone's keeping safe. I hope you guys are feeling fine. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe to videos every time something happens. So hit that bell, be notified when that's happening. Social media links, any other links in the description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.